Hello everyone. I'd just like to discuss how I do the musical puzzle in my new level, Bunnies Just Wanna Have Fun. And if you've seen it, you know it's something like this. You pull this to get the hint, and you have to match it up. You know, each of these activates a note, you know. So, I'm going to show a little bit of the logic behind this. Alright, when you pull this thing, and pull it, the notes are played over here, in this little mechanism. Each of these magnetic key switches is hooked up to a note. There's 5 notes in the arpeggio. One of them repeats, but I figured it would be just easier to make them as 5. You see here, these are the 5 notes, and they're each doubled over to make it a little bit louder. So, if I pull this, it hits a one-shot piston here. And if I pull each of those 4, you see they're all hooked up to note 2. They use the same switch to save up some space. See, they move those. And that works to play the notes, but that's not actually the puzzle logic, because you need to figure out what you're doing. So this is the whole meat and potatoes of the logic puzzle. First of all, each time you pull one of these guys, they also emit something like this. They emit this little block with a magnetic key, and that's basically corresponding to what the note is. And they each have a different color for each of the 4 unique notes. They also have a magnetic key switch on each of them set to dissolve this material. The note balls, they're also set to emit a paintball. Each of them are set to emit a little paintball. These are emitters, and they shoot up into this. This is a counter. It counts how many times you've hit a note. And you'll see when it counts up to 5, it'll clear all the notes. Since they have a magnetic key switch on it set to dissolve, there's this little eraser with magnetic keys that'll erase them. So see, if I hit 5 notes, it'll emit the note blocks and the paint bucket, and when there's 5, it'll clear it. So we are pulling the strings that emit notes, and we can make the sound for the note ring, and we know what the notes are, but we're not doing anything with it yet. And basically this is the computer here, and this structure here is basically what decides if we're right or wrong, and it's very simple. It works on a kind of giant AND switch principle. You see, all these little cubes are held together by pistons, and these pistons are connected to these magnetic key switches, which are set to directional, and these are laid out in the correct order of the notes that you have to hit. And if you remember, I said each of these notes has a unique key on it. So that's how these switches are activated. So if you would hit the notes in the correct order, each of these pistons would extend. This key would then activate this switch. And this magnetic key switch is set to directional, and it's connected to these 2 pistons. And basically, if this piston is up, it means it's wrong, and if this piston is up, it means it's right. And the way I read that is very simple. When we hit 5 notes, you know that we have this counter counting, you know, up to 5. And if we follow this little wire, we see that it's actually connected to this piston as a one-shot. So this is a flipper piston, and it goes down. And it has 2 key switches. Okay, one is going to read if it's wrong, and the other will read if it's right. And obviously this switch is connected to some buzzer sounds and whatnot, and this switch is connected to some things like door opening or activating this permanent switch, which rings some applause and activates a light on the door. So to see it in action, we hit this note, and the first note we hit was correct. And you see those pistons are extending because I'm hitting them in the correct order so far. And if I hit one that's not in the correct order, you know, this piston will still be extended, so it's going to be considered wrong, and when that counter hits 5, this is going to go down and read that it's wrong. But if I hit the correct order, then that switch on the right will go up, because this will be full extended, activating this magnetic key switch, and when this goes down, it'll read the correct answer instead of the wrong one. And like I said, that's hooked up to some things to activate the door and the light and the little sound. Also somewhat important, I have a background music set to no volume, or at least very, very little, because you don't want blaring music when you have to listen to what notes you have to hit. So that's basically it. Hope it helped you in some way, and I hope you make your own awesome musical puzzles or passcode type things or all sorts of things with this approach. Bye-bye.